Buddhists that we always remind that you have to remember the Dhamma. What we call this Dhamma is generally translated as the teaching, the law, the phenomena, the nature. It goes into many tiny details. What it means is, in life, the main thing is that we want to be happy. Our whole struggle from the birth to the death is to be happy. So we get closer to people and we run away from people to be happy. So then these are the things that you almost see, heard all around you. So then in our way of wisdom, to be happy, in order to be happy, you have to follow certain guidelines. You have to practice something. That we call the Dhamma. So that is what the Dhammam Saranam Gacchami that they were saying, I follow the Dhamma. So then what is this Dhamma? Whether we are single or married, whether we are young or old, whether you are a parent or a son or daughter, there are certain duties and obligations that you're supposed to fulfill as a son or daughter, as a wife or husband, as a mother or father. There are certain duties and obligations. We can't ignore it. If we ignore those rules, if we ignore those duties and obligations, then there is a price to be paid. So that is what the constant reminder of this Buddhist has. There are certain rules, certain things. So these things are, especially when two people united, try to live as a couple, as a married individuals, that they always have to remember something. The first thing is not to exalt oneself, not to praise oneself and put down the other person. That's the first principle. So we usually lose our mind. You all know this. Always praising myself and I started disparaging, putting down the other person. That is not a good thing. And then also, it is important not to get angry and to let the anger take over you. And that's also important principles. Because when the anger takes hold, that you always try to see what is the fault of the other person. You are limited. You can't look into the big picture. You are petty-minded. You only see the negative side, the fault kind of thing. And that should be examined. That is what the Dhammam Saranam Gacchami means. I take the refuge of the Dhamma means I have to always reflect on what dominates my mind. And then also when the anger takes hold, all abusive words comes out. So when you express these abusive words, and then you have to do a lot of things to fix it. It is very difficult, The words, angry words, once hurt the feelings, then no matter what you do, that damage is already there. Therefore, these things are very important in our day-to-day life in order to get along with the other person. And then also as a wife especially, there are certain duties in the Buddhist teachings that she is supposed to fulfill. It is to love the husband. Not just love is not enough, to have the respect and hospitality to his family, his friends, that should be remembered. It's a duty of a wife to respect and do the hospitality, treat others, his relatives, friends, kind of, and also always to protect whatever he thinks, and also to be skillful and industrious in discharging her duty. These are constant reminder in the Buddhist teachings, certain duties and obligations a wife supposed to follow. It is same with for the husband. always the respect is important, should show the respect, courtesy is important, faithfulness is important, and also providing constant security and adornment. So these are very important things in our day-to-day life, though we don't pay much attention to it because of our busy lives. I'm so busy, kind of. It's not an excuse, you see. Then you go on the wrong direction for a long time. When you recover, you go on the wrong direction. Therefore, these are guidelines that even the friends or husband and wife or couple constantly to remember. Without these things, the union of two people won't last very long. It's not all the money that's going to make two individuals happy getting along together. The respect, courtesy, and each other's duty to one another should be always remembered. And it is also not one person's love take over and then you say, I love you. Sometimes we hear these conversations and one person yelling at the other person and then the other person so scared and asks, why you yell at me? Because I love you, you see. So that kind of a thing we hear around, you see. So that kind of obsession shouldn't be there, you see. And then the last thing is the harmful substances, that we should not put it into our body, you see. Because that brings all the ugliness we have inside, you see. It's very important to remember these substances that we take in, you see. Sometimes we say, it's for fun, you know, just a glass, you see, just one glass kind of thing, you see. But it is start with one glass, and then later you need a bottle, and then the two, and then you go on totally on the wrong direction, ignoring your own health and well-being, and ignoring the partner's well-being and health. Therefore, it's an important thing that you hear so many people who go on the wrong direction because of these things and having all kind of issues. Therefore, that should be a constant reminder that I have to stay as much as possible away from that. Should not bring into our house, our bodies. That's not really helping us. These are the guidelines as the time is limited. I sincerely wish you both peace and happiness, a good, united, happy life. And now with the rest of the month, we're going to chant something and bless this couple and all of you so that you can be behind supporting them for their journey ahead.